Hello everyone, my name is Yajendra Patel and today we are discussing about a bacterial disease called Shigellosis. So talking about the introduction, Shigellosis also called as Shigella and it is an infectious disease caused by a group of bacteria called Shigella. It directly affects our digestive system of the body and in our intestine it releases harmful toxin that irritate our intestine which result symptoms called diarrhea, and there are other symptoms also for the Shigellosis disease, called as stomach ache, fever, vomiting. uh, we discuss in As we move further we will discuss also these kind of symptoms. So moving further to the next slide, incubation period. So the incubation period normally start 12 to 96 hour, which means it starts between 12 to 96 hour after bacteria enter the body, and the symptoms last for 4 to 7 days, and the person who are suffering from the mild symptom usually get better without any specific uh, treatment. uh, Next slide, what are the symptoms of the Shigellosis? uh, P- there are person who start experience their symptoms 1 to 2 days when they get contact with the germ. So the symptoms are fever, stomach pain, diarrhea. This is the major symptom, and diarrhea can be bloody or watery, or can be both. And in this image, it is also shown a loss of appetite, fever, vomiting is also a symptom of the uh, Shigellosis. There are many people who are suffering from Shigellosis shows no symptoms. Yeah, these are the special cases which shows no symptoms of Shigellosis, but they are still suffering from these kind of diseases. So moving further to the next one, what are the sources of the Shigellosis? So the major source of this bacterial disease when the people do not wash their hand with soap and warm water after using the toilet or changing the diaper. These are the major source of the Shigellosis. Um, because after the use of toilet we should always wash our hand uh, to clean the hands. People people who get the germs on their hand and they infect themselves by eating, smoking, or touching their mouth, and they spread the germ to others also by touching. So these bacterial disease also transfer from one person to another by touching. So we have to take care about this kind of diseases. Moving further to the next one, what pathogen responsible for Shigellosis? Not so much information about this pathogen, but it is a gram-negative intracellular bacterial pathogen that initiate infection by invading cells and cause intense inflammation in the colonic and rectal epithelium. So this is the pathogen responsible for Shigellosis. What are the major food sources involved that affect the Shigellosis? Various foods that are associated with Shigella, salads called potato, tuna, macaroni, and chicken, raw vegetables, milk, and dairy product. In this image, you can also see this. These are the same vegetables which includes potato, tuna, macaroni, chicken. Which it means that food that is easily contaminated by hand. Uh, Water contaminated with human waste and unsanitary handling by food handlers are the most common cause of contamination in these food products. So moving further to the next one, what are the prevention of the Shigellosis? So we can prevent this kind of disease. So the major So the most important and the major prevention, we should have to do hand wash daily, thoroughly clean your hand using soap and water or hand sanitizer. Children who also will look after when washing their hand in daycare centers or at home. People who are suffering from Shigellosis should keep in mind that they do not come into the contact which are the uninfected person. That would be a very great thing. So these are the some research and outbreak. So the first Shigellosis outbreak in India is occur in the West Bengal on November 2016. So these are some findings of the of that thing. A foodborne outbreak due to Shigella sone infected occurred in a household after having food in a housewarming party of Pakapol village. This is the outbreak of the Shigellosis disease in West Bengal, November 2016. In this research, they found the microbiological founding of this outbreak. 34 people attend the party and had lunch together. Incubation period for development of Shigella cases from time of food consumption was 18.5. Overall attack rate was 73%. That was very huge percent, of which 76% required hospitalization. 76% people were hospitalized on that time in this party. Almost all age group were affected with 100% recovery rate. That's the good news that the all person are recovered from this disease. So major out so the major thing, and you can see this chart also. So moving further to the next slide. So these are the references which I take this. Uh, I have written all the PPT from these references. By the use of these references, you can also go through it. Thank you.